So how would I manage a situation like the FTX collapse? Well, first of all, the key is not to get into that situation first. It's not just when a crisis happens, what do you do? When you move tens of billions of user funds and lost it, that's kind of hard to manage. But even when that happens, I think the best things to do is stop everything, be transparent, communicate, be open. But more importantly, the trick is not to even go anywhere near that. So there's a few principles in business that you never violate. Never touch user funds. Keep them secure, keep them separate, and run a healthy business, run a sustainable business. Don't take shortcuts. I think prevention is much more important than handling it. But don't try to fool anyone again.
We need to cheer for Binance, like we do. They are 60% of the liquidity, or 40, some giant percentage of the liquidity. CZ has been always very focused on customer service. And so he's got a very loyal, giant retail following that believe in our ecosystem. Like, we need those guys. And it drives me crazy how many people on Twitter and other media, just want to smash people down and would be nothing happier than if CZ, stepped on a banana peel and slipped on his ass. It's the wrong thinking. We need CZ to succeed.
Hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and it's probably pretty obvious that I agree 100% with what Novogratz had to say. There are just too many people, even in the XRP community, that have been for years throwing shade on CZ and the platform Binance. And they do so without any proof of what they are speculating. If you're really into this space and you want to see it successful, that's the last thing you want to do. In that Real Vision discussion, Novogratz talked about how his group, along with some people from Consensus, made a pretty sizable investment into the NFT platform called Candy. They took a 60% stake, and this is an NFT platform that specializes in Major League Baseball from all-stars to rookies. And they also have NASCAR, even Netflix and WWE as a licensing partner. You just want to keep your eye on those different players that are going to maybe integrate into this platform. Okay, moving right along to an XRP story. This is interesting. The Australian Financial Review, which is a media company that's been around for about 70 years, they did an article on January 18th pointing out that XRP now dominates the Australian crypto exchange volumes. The BTC Markets Exchange, this is Carolyn Bowler, she said that XRP dominates their trading volumes because they are an ODL partner. And then we have Adrian Pelanozny, who is with the Independent Reserve Exchange in Sydney. And he said that the clients are trading Ripple, which he means XRP, and it included market makers and international remitters on the ODL network. So the XRP transactions for him accounted for 10.2 million in 24-hour volume at the time of this article, which is far more than all the other cryptocurrencies combined over that same period. Can you believe that? That is a big statement. And diving into that article just a little deeper, you can see with XRP in that 24-hour period when they published this article, 62% of the cash volume across the Melbourne-based BTC Markets Exchange took place, and 82% of all the cash volume occurred in XRP for the Independent Reserve Exchange. Those are big numbers. That's a big percentage. So the point is, ODL, on-demand liquidity, which uses the digital asset XRP, it's ramping up. And today I tweeted out a photograph that was taken in Davos. We've got Brad Garlinghouse and Jim Wallace sitting across from the Prime Minister of Montenegro. Yeah, and the translation goes like this. A productive meeting, according to the Prime Minister of Montenegro in Davos, with Brad Garlinghouse and James Wallace, and we discussed the development of a payment infrastructure that would provide greater financial accessibility and inclusion. Montenegro is open to new value and investments. It's good. It's a positive statement. I hope they talked ODL. Okay, a big shout out to the Crypto Basic. Well, we've got a media company that isn't afraid to talk about SpendTheBits because the Bitcoiners just don't want to talk about moving Bitcoin over anything but the Lightning Network. And SpendTheBits does it with the XRP ledger. Yep, fast, efficient, and the user experience is wonderful. So Canada has their merchant portal ready. And hello, El Salvador. Yes, the SpendTheBits app is going south soon. You can get multi-state licensing, as you see Strike has done for the United States, but there are some more interesting places around the world that are Bitcoin ready. Having a look at the market, this is the top 100 by market cap, and you can see, well, we are finished with that short breath in, and it looks like a big exhale to the next leg up. The momentum is looking very good. If you don't know, I'm a huge Gala fan, and this is really entertainment at scale. And for the first time, they put together a roadmap. They have in the past been kind of reluctant to put too much out there because they wanted, I think, to give themselves some flexibility. And also, they know this space. If you tend to put something out there that you are planning on doing something and you don't do it within the time frame, or you deviate slightly from that plan, this space is just relentlessly brutal on anybody who changes their business model. So yeah, they have previously not done that sort of exposure or put themselves in a position to be criticized. So I guess what I'm saying, and I'm very impressed that they put together a roadmap for 2023, and it's a big deal, and they've got a lot going on. So if you follow what Eric does in this space, he has some real drive and some real ability to turn things into gold. So yeah, keep your eye on Gala for sure. All right, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff, and this one is really emotional. It's close to my heart because I love sumo, but also because I've had the pleasure of meeting Hakuho, which is a retired now Yokozuna. He had his hair cutting ceremony today, and this is a big deal in Japan. The prepared speech given by his daughter was what you would expect, adorable. In the ceremony, there are a few select people who come up onto the dohyo, which is the ring, and they clip just a tiny little snippet of hair. This was one such person who is also a former champion, Yokozuna, Haruma. It was quite emotional. Once he gave a snip of the scissors, he kissed him on the cheek, and the tears just flowed. It's always a hard day to retire. Hakuho is one of the greatest champions of all time. He's going to go on to be an oyakata, which means he'll coach the up-and-coming wrestlers, and no doubt he should have a few champions in his stable. After these ceremonial snippets take place from really special people in his sumo life, then his Tokoya-san, which is his barber, takes off the final large portion of his top knot, and followed by the deepest bow you can give. And yes, his forehead did touch the ring. He did it not only in respect to the great sport of sumo, but also to respect the fans that have been with him all the way. I do hope that when you come to Japan, you come during one of the 2-week tournaments. They happen 6 times a year, and they are pretty special. They have an English live translation simulcast, so it makes it very easy to understand what in the world is going on. Here he is with his wife after his hair was cut. And he looks pretty handsome. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.